Following him was William Johnson Slidell, a promising Navy midshipman who tragically drowned in 1828. The youngest of the Slidell families, these are the survivors, was Julia, and she's kind of a favorite of mine too. She was a very normal person, a very wonderful housewife. She married a wonderful man whose name was Christopher Raymond Perry Rogers, and he is became a rear admiral during the Civil War. That is basically, that's the array of the Slidells. They all have descendants, and trying to track them all down is really an interesting exercise. There's a story behind each one. Last night, when we were having dinner, Steve Johnson asked me, "How did you get interested in the Slidells? Why?" And I said, it was very logical. My girlfriend. Back in the days when she was still speaking to me. Long story. She said, "I'm working on a book, and I found something you should look at." And I said, "I don't want to look at it because I'm writing a book about a paperback cover artist who I'm very much enamored with." She urged, and I finally looked and was hooked. She was writing a story about Herman Melville, a novel. She had discovered that his first cousin, family again, was the second in command on board a United States naval vessel. And the captain of that vessel feared there was going to be a mutiny on board. So to head off the mutiny, he perpetrated an egregious act of prior restraint. He hanged 3 of the ship's company. One of the 3 was an 18-year-old boy who was the son of the Secretary of War. That would be like hanging Robert Gates' son. The court-martial went on for 44 days. When you read the transcript of the court-martial, you see there was no mutiny and no threat of mutiny. So one has to ask, what was the captain thinking? That question has occupied me, I should say obsessed me, for about 25 years. I think after studying him, his letters, the books that he wrote, I have come as close as possible to knowing what's in the mind of another human being. That captain was Minnie's great-great-granduncle, Alexander Slidell. He took the name Mackenzie, which was his mother's name, as a means of inheriting property from his mother's brother, who was going to have no heirs. So he was known as Alexander Slidell Mackenzie, and that story is vast and vastly and deeply interesting. And I'll have to get that on the paper one of these days too. I'm getting a lot of pressure at home and from here to stop researching, stop talking, sit down, start writing. I want that pressure, and I am going to respond to it. I don't care what people say. I'm going to do it, and you'll have a copy here. But I want you to know that my visit here has been overwhelming. One of the most glorious experiences I've had, and I can't thank you enough for this very warm welcome. I'm glad to be here.